However, Naruto already had two tails, and Kakashi's attempts to reason with him were futile. Unable to rely on verbal persuasion, Kakashi resorted to using the sealing tag given by Jiraiya, placing it on Naruto's forehead to restore him to his normal state. As Sakura and Chio arrived and inquired about Gaara's condition, Deidara, hidden in the bushes, also noticed the scene. Learning that Sasori had been defeated, he couldn't help but sarcastically remark on Sasori's defeat by a woman, attributing it to his carelessness. With both his arms lost, Deidara had no choice but to retreat. But at this moment, Guy's group appeared behind Deidara without him noticing, thanks to Neji leading them from blind spots using his Byakugan. Guy declared that Deidara had nowhere to escape, as they were the strongest team from Konoha facing him, with absolute numerical superiority. With Deidara already injured, he reluctantly swallowed his explosive clay and activated his ultimate art. Neji, using his Byakugan, observed chakra gathering at a point and signaled everyone to retreat quickly. Deidara shouted, "Art is an explosion," and initiated a self-destruct. Just as the flames were about to engulf everyone, Kakashi used his remaining chakra to unleash Kamui, redirecting the explosion to a remote location. He then collapsed from exhaustion. After the situation calmed down, everyone gathered around Gaara. Sakura, as a medical ninja, attempted to help but shook her head in frustration. It was well known that a Jinchuriki would die if their tailed beast was extracted. While Kushina had the Uzumaki sealing ability to delay death, Gaara did not possess such power. Unable to contain his emotions, Naruto, who had strived so hard to protect his comrades, broke down in tears, lamenting his failure to save Gaara, and recalling his inability to save Sasuke 3 years prior. A gentle breeze swept over the grassy field, lifting Gaara's red hair, but not the lowered heads of the onlookers. However, Chio quietly approached Gaara and began transferring chakra to him. Neji, using his Byakugan, observed the flow of Chio's chakra and realized that it wasn't medical ninjutsu and posed a significant risk to herself. Sakura explained that it was a unique ninjutsu, possessed only by Granny Chio, capable of resurrecting the dead. Neji and Kakashi were astonished by the convenience of such a technique. They could see Chio's life force rapidly diminishing, knowing that the chakra wouldn't last long, especially considering her recent battle and poisoning. Naruto, unable to stand by, offered his own hand, allowing Chio to use his chakra. As their hands overlapped, a brilliant blue light illuminated the scene. Reflecting on this, Chio remembered Kakashi's words about Naruto's immense strength and his ability to quickly make friends. She expressed her happiness at seeing someone like Naruto in the world she helped build. She acknowledged her past mistakes and found solace in this act of redemption. As Gaara opened his eyes amid a golden flash, recalling his past loneliness and tears, a young Naruto patting his shoulder overlapped with the current scene. Gaara was revived, the people of Sunagakure surrounded them, and Kankuro explained that Chio was the only one capable of performing the one's own life reincarnation jutsu. Naruto stared blankly at Granny Chio in Sakura's arm. "You must become the most unique Hokage," her words still echoed in his ears. As the echoes of these words lingered in his mind, the bonds of friendship between Konoha and Sunagakure, forged by Naruto and Gaara, paved the way for peace. While Sasori represented the extremes of the older generation's wars, Gaara symbolized the bridges built by the new generation's friendships. Chio connected the past, saved the future. Just as she said, she once fought and killed for the village, hating Kakashi's father. Now, she sacrificed her life for the peace of the ninja world and saved Gaara. She is a kind old woman, a sister who plays with her brother every day, the foremost puppet master on the battlefield, and a perpetual beacon of light in the ninja world. In the prayers of everyone, Chio ended her story amidst everyone's prayers. In the previous episode, Deidara chose to self-destruct, but it turned out that it was just one of his clones. His main body had already escaped underground during the explosion. Although he narrowly escaped death, he lost his ring in the process. Now he plans to return to the scene to try his luck. On the other side of the battlefield, Tobi and Black Zetsu retrieved Sasori's ring. As the sun rose, Kakashi looked at Guy with disdain as Guy helped him up. Meanwhile, there was thunderous applause in the hidden sand village, celebrating Gaara's safe return. This demonstrates the influence Gaara now wields as Kazekage. Gaara felt deeply touched by the warm reception from the villagers, and gestured for everyone to pray for the heroes of the hidden sand. It's evident that Gaara has matured significantly. In the Sand Village Council chamber, Naruto bid farewell to Gaara. At that moment, news of the outcome of the battle against Akatsuki reached Tsunade. Initially, Shitsune was puzzled by Tsunade's decision to send Naruto to the battlefield, considering Naruto was also a target of Akatsuki and the risks involved. However, Tsunade explained that only a Jinchuriki could understand another Jinchuriki, and she believed in Naruto's ability to connect with others. The scene shifts to Naruto and the others visiting Chiyo's grave. Chiyo's brother thought that despite sister dislike for such gatherings, there should still be a place for everyone to gather. Sakura touched the gravestone with a sense of sadness. Before leaving, Gaara extended his hand to Naruto to express his gratitude. Naruto smiled and reached out to shake hands with his friend. Due to Kakashi's exhaustion from using up a lot of chakra, he would be unable to move for a while and would have to be supported by Guy. Nonetheless, Guy immediately took Kakashi on his back in a strange posture and ran back to Konoha, adding some fun to their otherwise dull journey home. In the last episode, Tobi made his first appearance in the Naruto anime. Along with Black Zetsu, they pretended to have found Deidara's arm, suggesting that he had died in the explosion. They laughed hysterically, but Deidara soon arrived at the scene and warned Tobi not to mess around or he'd be in trouble. Eventually, Deidara grabbed Tobi by the neck and flipped him over, which was quite comical. Meanwhile, back at the Root organization, Danzo started to make moves. He planned to infiltrate Kakashi's team and assign Sai to a highly confidential mission. After completing their mission in the Hidden Sand Village, Guy carried Kakashi on his back and rushed to the gates of Konoha, followed closely by his disciple, Lee. Everyone was speechless at Guy and Lee's dramatic poses. Meanwhile, Kakashi finally removed his mask while lying in bed, and Naruto, who was eagerly waiting, tried to catch a glimpse of Kakashi's face but failed. At that moment, Tsunade and Shitsune entered the room to visit Kakashi, and Sakura informed them that there would be information about Sasuke in 10 days at noon at the Tenchi Bridge in the Grass Village. Although Tsunade questioned the reliability of the information, she had no choice but to believe it and take action. However, since Kakashi needed several days to recover, there was a shortage of manpower in his team. Suddenly, Naruto appeared, eager to find help. Feeling challenging, Naruto first encountered Shino, who was covered up tightly. Clearly, he didn't recognize Shino right away. Kiba followed closely behind, while Hinata hid in the distance, her heart fluttering as she gazed at Naruto. When Naruto approached her, Hinata fainted from excitement. Upon learning that everyone from Team 8 was on a mission, Naruto turned to Shikamaru. However, Shikamaru also had a mission assigned by the Hokage. Just when Naruto was at a loss, Choji offered to help. While the three of them were chatting and laughing, Sai secretly opened a scroll containing a jutsu and infused chakra into the ink, creating a monstrous creature to test Naruto's strength. Naruto bravely faced the sudden appearance of the beast, while Shikamaru controlled his shadow to shatter the attacking creature. Despite the unexpected attack, Naruto remained determined. Shikamaru shouted for Naruto not to worry, and to just keep charging ahead. He then used his shadow to shatter all the attacking beasts. As Naruto rushed forward, Sai's face still wore that strange smile. Meanwhile, the higher-ups in Konoha pressured Tsunade to keep Naruto away from any missions involving the Akatsuki, and to assign powerful ninja to accompany him and supervise his actions. However, Tsunade refused, knowing that mere constraints wouldn't work. Keeping Naruto in the village might even make him an easier target for the Akatsuki, just like what happened with Gaara. She believed that allowing Naruto to continue his missions would prevent the enemy from predicting his movements and keep him safer in the long run. It's clear that Tsunade's reasoning couldn't convince the elders, and they were quite displeased with her stance. However, Tsunade remained firm. Recalling her past experiences, she expressed her unwavering confidence in Naruto's ability, which seemed to resonate with the two senior advisors. Seeing how much Tsunade had matured since becoming Hokage, both sides eventually compromised. Konoha wouldn't impose any restrictions on Naruto, but they would assign a ninja to accompany him. They called upon Danzo for assistance. Meanwhile, during the encounter between Naruto and Sai, after a brief skirmish, Sai left with a promise of a future meeting. Danzo suggested selecting members from the Root organization to fill the vacancy in Team 7. Tsunade frowned at this suggestion, as she had initially planned to recruit from Kakashi's Umbu unit, but was preempted by Danzo. She ended up settled for a Root member codenamed Kino, whom she named Yamato, to act as the interim captain of Team 7. She also didn't forget to remind Yamato that Danzo was a very cunning man, but Yamato thought Tsunade was overthinking it. When the meeting time arrived, Naruto and Sakura were early at the designated spot. Seeing Sai, who had once ambushed him, following behind Yamato, Naruto's expression was filled with hostility. Yamato couldn't help but sigh, realizing that this mission was destined to be challenging. As soon as he saw Sai, Naruto immediately recognized him as the one who had ambushed him. He quickly pulled out a kunai from his sleeve, ready for battle. Sai, still smiling, began to draw his sword with his left hand. Yamato quickly intervened, introducing himself as Yamato, and explaining that he would be replacing Kakashi as the leader of Team 7. He also mentioned that Sai was now a member of their team. Sai Sai mocked Naruto, saying that he had attacked him to see if he was useless, and it appeared that he was. Naruto's face turned pale with anger, and he shouted, ready to fight Sai, but was held back by Sakura. Sai's face remained expressionless, except for his smile as he taunted Sakura, calling her an ugly girl. Thus, the conflict was sown. Meanwhile, Jiraiya visited Kakashi's hospital room, bringing fresh updates of Ichiya Paradise, and discussed the mission requirements with Tsunade and Yamato. At this moment, Yamato is worried about the relationships between the new Team Kakashi member. The mission is urgent, and there's no time for them to get accustomed to each other. Even the simplest self-introductions are filled with tension. Yamato then begins to explain the mission. They will head to the Tenchi Bridge to set an ambush and capture the mole planted next to Orochimaru. This is a valuable opportunity to gather information on Orochimaru and Sasuke. On the way back, Naruto and Sakura keep complaining about their new teammate Sai. They think he's neither as strong nor as handsome as Sasuke. Meanwhile, Sai was seen at home, organizing his ninja tools, with a sketchbook containing his self-portrait on his desk. He received a secret mission from the organization, emphasizing the importance of success. Seeing the sketchbook, Sai's senior organization member reminded him of the ideals of Root. No name, no emotion, no past, no future. All they can have is the mission, supporting the great tree of Konoha from the unseen underground. As the scene shifted to Tsunade and Yamato visiting Kakashi's room, Jiraiya explained to Naruto about the 9 tails sealed within him, and the dangers of its chakra overflowing during emotional outbursts. The chakra of the 9 tails, known as the Demon Box Cloak, will envelop Naruto. His power will increase rapidly with the number of tails. He recounted 2 instances where he nearly died, once when he was caught peeping Tsunade, and another when he attempted to stop the 4 tails rampage Naruto. After the briefing, they prepared to depart for their mission. Tsunade came under pressure from Danzo in the meeting room, who also mocked the deceased 3rd Hokage. Danzo, having failed to become the 3rd Hokage in a previous attempt, harbored resentment towards the conservative 3rd Hokage. Eventually, the newly formed Kakashi team gathered at the village gate, ready to embark on their new mission. Sai, who appeared with a smirk on his face, seemed fearless and outspoken. Not only did he express embarrassment at being compared to Sasuke, but he also labeled Sasuke as a trash bug who betrayed Konoha and joined Orochimaru. Naruto, however, argued that Sai wasn't a member of Kakashi's team. Sasuke was, and Sai was merely filling in for him in his absence, which Naruto didn't accept. Despite this, Sai chuckled and compared himself to Sasuke. Surprisingly, Sakura intervened, apologizing to Sai for the sake of teamwork, much to everyone's surprise. Just as Yamato, the team captain, remarked on having a normal member in the team, Sakura, who had been smiling while apologizing, suddenly attacked Sai with a punch, sending him flying several meters away and shocking Yamato. Meanwhile, in Konoha, Tsunade instructed Shitsune to quickly determine Sai and Danzo's intention. As Shitsune left, she commented on Sakura becoming more like Tsunade. Sai remarked that Sakura's fake smile had successfully deceived him, but Sakura clenched her fist, warning Sai not to speak ill of Sasuke again, or she wouldn't hold back. Seeing Naruto about to retaliate, Yamato, unable to bear it, activated a powerful ninjutsu known as Wood Release 4-Pillar Prison, a technique only the 1st Hokage could use. This startled everyone. Yamato says he likes to be friendly, but he doesn't mind a strict regime either. Whether they stay at a hot spring inn or in a wooden prison, it's up to them to choose. They arrived at a hot spring inn to rest for the night. When Naruto expressed a desire to peek into the women's bath, Yamato casually mentioned how Jiraiya was nearly killed by Tsunade for attempting the same thing, which made Naruto freeze in fear. Concerned about their behavior, Yamato secretly implanted tracking seeds in their food, and then treated them to a lavish meal, the likes of which they hadn't had since following Kakashi. Sakura remarked on letting Kakashi stay in the hospital a while longer. Meanwhile, Kakashi lay in the hospital, unable to eat due to his condition. While the group enjoyed their meal, people's joys and sorrows were truly incomprehensible. Considering the strength of their opponents, Yamato decided to arrange a simulated battle for them. Naruto and Sai lay in ambush across the bridge, watching as the spy in a robe approached from the other side. Meanwhile, Sasori was ready on their side, dressed for the occasion. Sasori signaled with his right hand, prompting Naruto and Sai to charge out simultaneously. Since it was a simulation, it was, of course, Yamato under the robe. Naruto and Sai launched their attack, only to be easily thwarted by Yamato. Naruto then attempted to approach Yamato using Shadow Clone, but was caught off guard when Naruto disguised himself as Sai making Rasengan, revealing a flaw to Yamato, who used a substitution jutsu to escape into the jungle. Ultimately, it was Sai who captured Yamato at the cost of Naruto's sacrifice, thus proving the formidable nature of this ninja, who was now being placed in Kakashi's team. It seemed Tsunade's concerns were not unfounded. As the exercise concluded, Naruto questioned whether Sai understood the meaning of comrade. Sai responded indifferently, prompting an angry Naruto to refuse to acknowledge Sai's identity. Sai then questioned if Naruto would accept assistance from Sasuke, who had once deserted the village. Just as Sakura and Yamato thought Naruto was about to lose control, he firmly stated that he would do anything to save his comrade. Confused, Sai remarked that Naruto considered Sasuke as a brother, something that Sai, who had a brother, should understand. However, Sai denied this, claiming he had no emotion. Seeing Naruto's anguish from afar, Sakura continued to inquire about Sai's feelings regarding the loss of a brother. However, Sai stated that his brother had died long ago, and he wouldn't react the same way Naruto did. Though Sakura wanted to punch him, she refrained because herself had expressed willingness to team up with Sai to rescue Sasuke. Sai then remarked on Sakura's gentle feelings towards Naruto, quoting from a book. Naruto interrupted their conversation, urging them to move forward. As the sun rose and set, they arrived at their destination, the Tenchi Bridge. Surprisingly, Sakura asked Sasori to be rougher with her, leading to confusion. It turned out that the Sasori in front of them was actually Yamato using transformation jutsu to avoid detection. After some brief adjustment, they scattered, with Yamato leading the way to meet the undercover agent while the others lurked in the shadows, ready to strike. As time neared noon, the mysterious spy finally appeared, highly cautious, wrapped tightly in robes, constantly scanning the area. Seeing this, Yamato slowly approached the middle of the bridge. However, the scene that followed shocked everyone. No one expected the spy to be Kabuto. Naruto couldn't help but quip. "Why is it always you, huh? How many sides are you on?" Yamato tried to maintain composure, and quickly inquired about the location of the secret base, and any information related to Sasuke, which led to mention of a small island to the north. But just as they were conversing, Orochimaru appeared, wearing a smirk as he approached the Tenchi Bridge. Meanwhile, Kabuto began to suspect the figure in front of him, who was actually Yamato in disguise. Realizing the need for swift action, Yamato, uncertain of what to do, had no idea what to take facing Kabuto's requirement. At this point, there was no choice but to act early. So, he took out a kunai, ready to stab Kabuto. Just then, Orochimaru suddenly appeared. Due to his sudden appearance, given the current situation critical dangerous, it's clear that Yamato alone cannot match Orochimaru. Even if they managed to win by teaming up with Kabuto, it would be difficult to prevent Kabuto from escaping due to his fighting style. Yamato found himself deeply troubled by this. However, Kabuto seemed impatient and quickly began to act. He condensed chakra into a surgical knife, intending to fight Orochimaru to the death. But unexpectedly, Kabuto turned the tables and shattered Sasori's puppet with a single palm strike. Seeing this, Orochimaru immediately used his hidden shadow snake hands technique, almost capturing Yamato, who was about to flee. Fortunately, Yamato escaped using the wood clone technique. Orochimaru, recognizing Yamato's use of the wood-style ninjutsu, identified him as the child he had trained. On the other hand, Kabuto, who was puzzled, genuinely believed that Yamato was Sasori's true form. Yamato understood that only by using force could they resolve the situation, so he called out to Naruto and the others. The two sides prepared for a fierce battle. The new team, 7, faced off against the combination of Orochimaru and Kabuto, who would emerge victorious. As the battle began, Orochimaru taunted Naruto, claiming that Sasuke had left Konoha willingly. This angered Naruto, who almost lost control, but instead, charged forward. Orochimaru, on the sideline, casually suggested that if Naruto wanted to know Sasuke's whereabouts, he should defeat him with strength. Hearing this, Naruto sprung into action, and swiftly approached Orochimaru, knocking him back with a powerful blow.